Oh, Lordy. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying this good weather. Hope everybody is staying safe, and hope everybody is keeping calm. You're listening to South Philadelphia Community Radio, WOOM 92.9, giving you a well overdue edition of the show. It's been a little while, been a little hectic. We're going to stay on for about 45 minutes a day. Just wanted to come in and give you guys some quick updates of what's been going on within our local and the city. As you guys know, that the city is just, they're rioting and protesting, and it's just a lot going on, and we're still dealing with the COVID-19. So I'm hoping and praying that everybody is staying safe as much as you can. I mean, we're being attacked on every side. The pandemic, social injustice, and now everything is just exploded into what you see now. So today, over the last 2 days, we've been out in the field a lot, and we had some issues with our drivers with their safety. So today I talked to Mandy, and she told me that there were some vendors going out with the drivers, as well as there may be a curfew later on. They're talking about it amongst themselves now to bring our drivers back off the road, because as you guys know, with all the stores being looted and ATMs being broken into, our drivers are a target, and we don't want our drivers to be a target. We're already dealing with the COVID-19, putting our drivers out there in that. And now, they're out there risking their lives yet again for what? So she told me today that there are going to be vendors going out, and there may be some other drivers on the car, because we don't want our drivers to be an easy target when it's just one. I heard some stories yesterday, man, that'll blow your mind. I'm not going to put it out there, but I'm hoping that UPS does the right thing and bring our drivers in off the road before it gets out of control. During the day, the protests are peaceful for the most part. Then at nighttime, that's when the destruction and the rioting and everything like that happens. So we got a few dates that we want everybody to be mindful of in the local. On June the 13th, we're going to have a shop steward Zoom meeting. Then on June the 21st, we're going to have our Zoom general membership meeting. And then on June 23rd, around about 8:30 a.m., we're going to have 2 parking lot meetings at both buildings for our drivers. Some information that we want you guys to have pertaining to your safety, what to do, what not to do. We're going to be giving out information. We don't want you guys to be out there, I mean, it's just bad enough that you guys are out there. It really is. I mean, it's bad enough with the COVID. Now you got to look over your shoulder and make sure you're not being followed, and make sure that, no one's going to try to come into your truck. So we just want to give you some information, and we're going to be talking to you, about that, as well as give you information. Also, to the preloaders at Oregon Avenue, I talked to some of you guys today. There was a positive case on the preload up in the small sword area, and the members in that area were not notified. I got with Charlie this morning and said that can't happen again. That cannot happen. From my understanding, what we always been told is that whenever a positive case happens in our local, the members in that affected area are notified, and that's not being done. So we got to make sure that we stay on the company to make sure that is being done, because you especially right now, man, there's so much stuff going on. You don't want to have anything left to chance. You want to be transparent and give the members all the information that is required to keep them safe and to have some type of peace of mind. It's going to be hard to do with everything going on, but I think it's our responsibility as well as the company responsibility to make sure that even in these trying times that our members are protected as much as they can, especially when it comes to information. You got to give them information, man. You can't, leave them out there like that, because now, you create a hostile working environment when you don't give them the information that they need. And this is a problem. So I got with them this morning about that, and I'll be getting with labor later on about that as well. So, again, we want you guys to be safe. Any driver that's out there, just pay attention to what's happening. Look around. Please, whatever you do, don't fight back. Do not fight back. Do not try to negotiate anything. Just get to a safe place. Call your BA and your manager and let the company know what's going on and let them figure out what they're going to do with the truck. That's not your issue. That's their issue. We need you to be safe at all times. Get home and be a hero. Don't be a hero for these packages or that truck. Be a hero for your family. Make sure you get home safe. Later on today, myself and Tiny, we're going to do something. We're going to have a conversation that we're going to invite our local and a lot of other people that watch, this show and watch, our page and watch what we do, because there's a lot of people putting out statements, and statements are fine. I'm not condemning them or anything like that. But after the statement, what we're going to do, after we say what we're going to say, after we talk about racism and injustice and the looting and destruction, what's the next step? So myself and Tiny, we're going to invite you guys into a conversation that we're going to have about how we felt being of different races. We're going to talk about how that affect us and how unions can get on the forefront and be a beacon of hope during this time. We're going to be talking about that. So that's going to happen probably around 11:30, 12 o'clock today. We want to invite you guys to a conversation we're going to have about social unrest and police brutality and the looting and the rioting and how as a union we could lead the forefront on making things better for all of us. So again, about 11:30, 12 o'clock, I invite you guys to that conversation. We're going to video it, and then we're going to put it up. It's not going to be live. We're going to video it, and then we're going to put it up. We want to do something different. We just don't want to make a statement. We want to have a conversation, and we want you guys to see and feel how we feel by listening to the words that we say from both sides, from both races. And that's why I wanted Tiny to do it with me. It should be good. I'm looking forward to it. And that's going, like I said, it's going to be probably put up around about sometime this afternoon. We want you, to just watch and listen. And, like I said, the statements are fine, and that's cool and all. But we want to do something different. We want to actually have conversations with each other about this situation of police brutality and racism and looting and destruction and why it continues to happen in 2020. When we were supposed to be the greatest country in the world, why are we having so many issues with race? So we're going to talk about that, later on today, me and Tiny. All right, so we want you to make sure you guys be on the lookout for that video. All right. So again, any driver that's out there, if you see something, if you're feeling safe, don't try to be a hero. Call your manager, call your BA, and let them know what's going on. Just be safe. Don't let these packages or the truck cause you to lose your life or to get into a situation where you get hurt. Get home to your family. Yeah, get home to your family. It's rough. It's rough in the city, and I can tell you what, if the verdict is not what it should be, this has just been a rehearsal of what's going to happen. So, I just pray and hope that everybody is really paying attention to what's going on, because this is a time that I don't think anybody could have predicted. I mean, you got COVID on one hand, you got the riots and the looting on the other, and they're both clashing, and the society is in the middle, So just everybody be safe. But on the local front, we got panel next week. We got 3 discharges, and we got, I believe, 3 or 4 regular cases. It's going to be a very hectic week next week. We're going to do what we can to get our guys back to work and get our language cases heard. The 22-4 case that we're hearing, and Bagby, he has a case, and Ron Kamak has a case for the feeder department. We're looking to make sure that all those guys get paid a lot of money during this time, because, again, what happened it should not have happened. So that's why we're going to panel. And so, like I said, we got a pretty busy week down there. What else we got going on? Panel next week. Then once we come back from that, we're going to have the Zoom shop steward meeting. And then a week after, we're going to have the Zoom general membership meeting. And then we're going to have the parking lot meeting for the drivers. Because there's a lot of information that we got to give out, especially pertaining to safety. And we don't want you guys to be left out, because this is a trying time. So I hope everybody's safe out there. Just keep an eye out on your surroundings. Pay attention to what's going on, especially all the drivers that live in these urban areas. Pay attention to your surroundings. Please don't leave nothing to chance. Like they always say, leave yourself an out. Please leave yourself an out. That is not a joke. That is not a game. Please leave yourself an out. Please do that. Please do that. Watch what's happening. And all the drivers in that loop, man, check on each other. Check on each other, man. Call each other. Make sure everybody's doing okay. If you guys are in that route where things are happening, just check on your partner or your partners maybe every hour. Hey, man, how you doing over there on, the odd zips, or what's going on over on your street? What's going on in your pocket that you're delivering? Just call each other up, man. Just something that we could do to check on each other, man. If whatever route you're on and you're in a pocket where these things are happening, man, just call your brother over there or your sister that's delivering in that area. Just check on each other. Check in with your BA. Hey, man, listen, this is what's going on. We still good. We still cool out here. Just check in on each other, man. Have your brother and sister back. I think this is the time that we can really show that, that we all in this together and that we got each other's back, So I hope everybody is having a good day. I mean, I didn't even know that I had all this stuff up here, y'all. Wow. This is pretty good, y'all. So I want you guys to really, really pay attention to what's going on. Wow. Just be mindful of what's happening, man. That's really some of the advice. The biggest advice that I have is just check on each other when you're out here. Don't be a hero. Get home to your family. Do all the things that you would do if it was your wife or your kids out there with you on the truck. Just be careful, man. Like I said, I heard some stories yesterday, man, and I had a driver call me late last night. And like I said, we just talked. He talked about how he felt when out there, and I gave him some advice, man, and he felt better. And that's what we're gonna have to do as union leaders. Sometimes, man, our members just want to talk, especially what's going on right now. And on the other side of the break, I'm talking about some of the conversations that I had with some of our members when I walk the buildings, man. It's not even about the company no more. Right now, man, they are just talking about what's happening in the city, what's happening in our country, what's happening in our communities, man. And we had conversation with all races. It wasn't just black people, man, all races have, have feelings about this, and it affects them in different ways. So, we got to have these conversations with our members, man, because this is not going to end anytime soon. It's not. And if it was me, the way I look at it, I don't think it's going to end until, the verdict comes in. And if that verdict comes in anything less than guilty, it's not going to end well for not just Philadelphia or New York or Chicago or these big metropolitan cities. It's going to be bad from Manio, North Carolina, all the way to Los Angeles. It's going to be bad. So, we need to make sure that we put pressure on the powers that be to make sure that we get justice, And when I mean we, I'm talking about everybody, like King said, a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to it everywhere. So we gotta pay attention to what's going on. So on the other side of the break, I'll come back and we're gonna talk about some of the conversations that we've been having with some of my members when we're in the building. What are your thoughts? What are your concerns? What are you guys feeling out there? You're listening to WOOM 92.9, giving you another edition of the 623 radio show. We'll be back on the other side. So what's up, good people, man? What are you guys thinking about all of this stuff, man? It's crazy. I mean, if you would have told me in January, hey, you guys are going to have to deal with a pandemic, the company, contract negotiations, rioting, looting, and this is just the first 5 months. This is crazy. So, Philip, I see your question, man. We're going to talk about that, man. We're going to talk about that. Man. This is unbelievable, man. Yeah, Joan. I read the Bible. Just a little bit. Don't tell my pop, though. You too, Myra. You stay safe. Yeah, Joey, man. We all gotta check in on each other, man. In these routes where, everything is being attacked, man. I think it's a good idea for each driver in the loop, man. Just check in on each other. Well, today, John, I talked to Mandy at Oregon Avenue, and she was saying that they're going to have vendors going out, in some of these routes. And there is a talk about a curfew. It's not, etched in stone yet, but they're looking at it. I think they're trying to see what the city does with their curfew, and they try to gauge to see, what's going to happen out there. My thing, if it was me, I would just bring everybody back in, because earlier this week when they had a curfew at 4, there were no issues. But you know how the company is. They're going to try to get all they can out. But, we got to be mindful of our drivers. That's the number one priority. It's not the packages. It's not the truck. It's making sure those drivers get back home safe to their families. The way they left home is the way they should come back home. That's the way we feel. All right, guys, we're back. This is South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another edition of the, almost said it, the 623 show. I'll be wanting to put the other part on it, but I can't. of politics and campaigns. So I got to be mindful of that. This is WOM LP 92.9. So Philip Knights brought up a good point, and I read his comment. He was talking about how can a driver feel safe with what you see, like you guys see it. I saw one video where they had some protesters and rioters get on the two the feeders, the doubles, and they was on it shaking it, and they was throwing the load stand out, and I mean, it was all kind of stuff happening. Then you see the Amazon vehicle get robbed. Then you see the UPS trucks, they get robbed. We had a couple of our drivers had altercations yesterday where the drivers are unharmed, thank God. The drivers are unharmed. But we had two drivers here in our local yesterday who got approached and some packages were taken off their vehicle. And one of them was surrounded by 8 individuals. And that driver is shaken up. So what do you tell a driver like that? What do you tell our drivers that's, like I said, risking their lives, number one, through the COVID? Then you're asking them to risk their lives again through all the looting and the protesting. What do you tell the driver? What can you say? What is that driver supposed to do? And there's really no easy answer. I mean, no matter what answer I give, it's not going to be the right one. Because I can tell you, leave the truck, take care of yourself, go to a safe area, notify your BA in the company, and that's still not enough. The company can tell you something, and it still won't be enough. This is one of those things where you want the driver to do what's best for them to get back home to their family. Whatever that is, I can't articulate that. Whatever that is, the company can articulate it. Only that driver in that moment has the wherewithal to do what's best for them to get back home. And that's what I would tell the driver. Do what's best for you to get back home. Forget about getting back to the building, whatever. Do what's best for you to get back home. That is my message to everybody that's out there. Do what's best for you to get back home. Like I said, no matter what the company says, no matter what the union says, it's not going to be the right answer, because there is no right answer. There is no right answer. If it was me, I would say, man, you know what? Hey, I can't do this. I mean, I'm number one, I'm risking my life for this COVID. Now you're asking me to do it again, and I'm not getting compensated for neither, because that's when the hazard pay stuff coming at. And we talked about that. You guys know I reached out to the IBT, and their position is that they're not interested in doing that. But the members don't want to hear that, especially when I'm out there in the COVID. Now I'm out there in this. They don't want to hear that you're not interested in that. Well, that's way above my level, but that's what's happening. And this is just a situation that no one could have foreseen, but it's here. Now we gotta get through it. This is where good leadership comes in at. This is where good membership participation comes in at. I think what we need to do, and I'm gonna put that out there on our website, and I'll talk to the BAs and the shop stewards to check in on each other while you out in the route. Just pick up the phone call every hour. Hey, listen, man, how you doing? Hey, sis, how you doing? Everything good in you in? Just check in on each other. If something happened, then we could already be proactive about it, and then get this information to the company and to your BA. But we got to check in on each other, man. This is just something that that none of us are going to forget. And this is something here, man, that oh, wow. I didn't even know I had this off. Wow. Ooh, that's bad. So everybody that hear me out in radio land, I apologize. I didn't have the solid light on. So that the whole time I was talking, the people on the radio didn't hear me. So I apologize. Man, I apologize. So what we were saying, if all those didn't hear out in radio land, is that we want our drivers that's out there in the field and in these routes that are, in these areas that's being hit, to make sure you guys are calling in and checking in on each other, making sure everybody's okay. Also, everybody that didn't hear what I said on the radio, June the 13th, we're going to have a shop steward Zoom meeting. June the 21st, we're going to have a Zoom general membership meeting. And on June 23rd, we're going to have 2 parking lot meetings at both buildings to give our drivers some information about how to be safe, what to do if you're confronted. Like I said, don't try to negotiate with anybody. Just, yeah, that too, John. Safety, more detailed safety language in our collective bargaining agreements. And Philip, you're right, man. I mean, this is that you hit it on the head with that one. This is mentally draining a lot of people working. I mean, just think about this for a minute. I've been working 12, 13 hours a day. I go back to a building the next day, and I know I'm going to be working 12 to 13 hours again. Then I go out, and I'm being confronted by people who have taken what we're supposed to be doing out of context. And now, I'm being put out there in situations constantly. Then I'm coming to work. Then they're telling me that I have to work a 6th day and that I got to do this and I got to do that. And all of a sudden, man, you start to break down. And my thing is, with all that mental stress, then you get confronted outside. I don't want the drivers to make the wrong decision. I really don't. I don't want them guys to take their frustration out on what's going on outside, because we could be possibly talking about you instead of someone else being, killed or beat up or murdered. So don't put yourself in these situations, man. If you got to call out because of stress, you got to do what you got to do. You have to. Like I said earlier, you have to do the best thing for you to make sure that you can take care of your family. You have to do that. You can't let the outside stress of the job or what's going on in the city make you do something that you're going to regret, or make it so that you can't even get home. Yeah, I know, Philip, man. It's bad, man. It's bad, man. This whole situation is just bad. And like I said, there's no answer I give is going to be the right one. It's not going to cover everybody, and no answer that the company gives is not going to cover everybody. The only thing that I could suggest is that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're doing outside, whatever you do what's best to make sure you can get back home. Do what's best. That's really all I can say, man. You have to do what's best for you and your family. Don't let this job wear you down. Don't let the frustration wear you down. And we see it on TV, how our drivers are being attacked. The trucks are being attacked. Let them attack the trucks and the packages. Just get away from them. Don't be a hero for this company. Be a hero for your family. I'm going to tell you something. Your little girl, your little boy, your wife, or your husband will feel a lot better with you home than you out there laying down on the street. I can tell you that. I would feel a lot better. When that driver called me yesterday just to talk, I feel a lot better that he was talking and not laid out on the street. So I think that's what the message that we got to send is that we want you guys to get home. Forget them packages, man. Forget them. Forget that truck. Get home to your family. Get home to your family. Make sure you communicate what's going on with your center manager, with your BA, the shop steward. But yeah, don't put your life in harm's way for Amazon, for UPS, for Target, for anybody. For anybody. So, what's this here? I'm hoping you guys, remain safe. Now, the summer picnic, we got to talk about that. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, because even if we get down to the yellow zone, you can't have a lot of people in an area. And I don't even know when. I know June 5th, Philly is supposed to go to the yellow zone. The green zone, I think it might be uplifted, but I don't think they want more than 200 people maybe in the area. And with these picnics, it's a few hundred. And I don't think that they're going to allow us to have that many people at their facility if we do decide to have one. So I'm just putting it out there. I don't know if it's going to happen. We have to be mindful of what's the situation with this COVID-19. And, we have to follow the guidelines, the CDC and the government officials. So as of right now, I really don't know what's going to happen with the summer picnic. I know everybody's been looking forward to it because it's been going on since I've been here. But with this pandemic and with how things are happening, I just don't know if we can have one. Because I don't even know when next time we're going to be able to have a general membership meeting at the hall because of the restrictions on how many people you can have in a building. And then, that everybody got to be 6 feet apart. So as things change, we'll continue to, give updates. It's crazy right now. But we're going to do what we got to do to make sure that you guys get the information. And I knew one of the things that when we first got elected, it was that we, about the money. Listen, guys, if you ask the E-board, they'll tell you, I'm cheap, man. I don't like to spend money. But I want you guys to come down to the hall because we got to have appointments. Because I want you guys to come down and see what's going on with your money. I don't want you guys to be wondering, because I know that was a big issue before we got elected, is that we were going to mess up the money. The money is growing because, like I said, I made some cuts to where we don't have to spend a lot of money. Like, for an example, on Comcast, who's paying a lot of money. We're probably paying about $200 less a month now. Electric the same way. We cut that bill in half. So, again, because I knew there were some things that we wanted to do as far as educational, the flyers, those things cost money. So we had to make cuts in certain areas so we wouldn't be spending the members' money. That's why we took a pay cut from the salary that was afforded to us, because there's some things that we wanted to do and it was going to cost money. The leased vehicles, some of those have went back already. Again, saving the members money, because there were some things that we wanted to do that was going to cost money, and we didn't want to, like I said, spend the members money without, having a plan on why is it being spent like this. So again, I want you guys to come check out the books. I don't want there to be any uneasy feeling because we're not having meetings, because we can't put that information out there on Zoom. I want you guys to come down to the hall, and maybe in these parking lot meetings, we can talk about that, because we're going to be having them in a couple of weeks. We can talk about the finances, because I want you guys to know what's going on. It's not my money. It's not our money. It's yours. And I want you guys to see what's happening. And by us not being able to have these meetings, I feel like, especially that was one of the issues that some of the members were having. And we want to make sure that you guys have peace of mind to know that your money is still growing. And like I said, it's growing a lot. So again, we got about 14 minutes left. We want you guys to be safe. Drivers, check in everybody that's in your loop. Call them up. Hey, bro, are you okay? Hey, sis, how you managing out there? How you good? Anything happening? And then call, if anybody got any issues, call that into your manager. Let your BA know what's happening. And man, we'll come out there. We'll come out there and look and see what's happening. So because we don't want nothing to happen to you guys at all. It's not about those packages. It's not about the truck. It's about you. You guys are dealing with way too much right now. The COVID, and then now this. Yeah, Joan, and that's the thing. I don't want that to be an issue. We may have to get creative, like I said, at our parking lot meetings, just hand out the statements, and then so everybody can see what's going on. Because, like I said, the money is growing. We made a lot of cuts so we could do some of the things that we wanted to do for the membership, like the website, the information that you guys are getting, the flyers. I don't know if you guys seen our new grievances, but we got on the background of the grievance. You remember? I don't know if you guys know, the grievance in the past was just a blank white piece of paper, and with the lines you fill in and everything. But now our grievances have a shadow of the Teamsters logo, and I wanted people to really get that and see that and say, this is what this is about. This is about protecting that shield, if you will. Like UPS want to protect their shield, we got to protect our shield as well. And that's what I wanted on every grievance. Every time you file a grievance, it's that emblem in the shadow. This is what we're here for. This is what we're protecting. Protecting our rights as Teamsters members. So, we got a lot of work to do. We're not perfect. We're going to make some mistakes, made some mistakes, but we were learning. And all my Greyhound people out there that's listening, we extended this contract until the end of the month. The proposals have been exchanged. So we getting ready to rock and roll. This COVID, it threw a monkey wrench into that. The plan was to have all this stuff done, the plan was to have all this stuff done, but COVID, man, it threw a monkey wrench in negotiations. So that's going to be done soon. Let's let you guys know about that. What else we got? Just be safe. Just be safe. Pay attention to your surroundings. To all the package car drivers, they always tell you, leave yourself out. Leave yourself out in this, more so now. Leave yourself out. Don't fight back. Don't try to negotiate. Get to safety. Take some time, man. If this happens, if you're feeling safe, man, let your manager know. Don't try to be a hero, because this is not going to end anytime soon. I can tell you that. It's not going to end. And depending on the verdict that comes back, whenever they have the trial and everything, this could be just a rehearsal. So we need to make sure we get this. Make sure we get through this. But again, if everybody didn't hear me earlier, we see that there has been a lot of statements by different locals, the teams has put out, but we want to do something different, and we will. So in about an hour, we're going to do a video at the hall with myself and Tiny Callan, talking about, our feelings of what we saw. Me being a black man, Tiny being a white man. We're going to talk about that and have these conversations about how we can work together to fix this and how unions can play a part in fixing that. And we just don't want to make a statement. We want you guys to hear what we have to say, see the emotion, feel the emotion, and let's come together with a plan. Because in my eyes, it's going to happen again. Because it's been happening since 1619. I grew up in the South. I could tell you some stories about how I grew up and what I saw. But it's 2020 and we still got to talk about it. Still got to talk about it. And that's a shame. Now, this is supposed to be America. Land of the free, home of the brave. Everybody's supposed to be equal rights and, equal chance and equal this, but that's not the case, and we all know it. Just look at what's happening in our country, But we're gonna have a conversation, and we want to invite you guys to listen. We're going to video it and we're going to put it up and just listen to the words. We're just going to talk from the heart. And we want you guys to feel what we feel and see what we see from different races, but it's going to be the same message. And we're going to talk about how unions can be a leader in making sure that, that these things don't happen. It's going to take time. Leadership is very important. I was talking to some guys in the hub about it, and there's a difference. And there's a difference when you talk to an older person than a younger person. The older people, when they were going through stuff like this, had great leaders in the black community, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and leaders like that. The younger generation, they can't talk about a current leader in the community that can lead them do something like this. I don't see one. I don't see someone who can invoke hope in the younger generation like they could back in the day. So that is something that we have to talk about. But we're gonna have a good conversation about it today, and we're gonna put it up on all social media outlets. And we want you guys, again, we're gonna invite you into that conversation. Statements are good. I read some of them, and they basically say pretty much the same thing. But we want to do something different. We really, Sean King is a good one. He is a good one. He is really good. We really want to invite you into a conversation between union members, union leaders that just happen to be black and white. We want you to from our point of view, what we saw and what we feel about everything that's going on and how union can be a part of fixing that. So that's going to happen probably in about an hour. So we'll post it up later on this afternoon. But the main thing is be safe. All the drivers, I need you guys, all the drivers in the loop, call each other and check on each other. Make sure everybody is cool. All right? If you get into a situation, don't fight back. Just get to a safe area, call the manager, call your BA. This is not going to end no time soon. I can tell you that right now. It's not. When you have people sitting in the house for 3 months because of COVID, no access to health care, people are not getting paid, people are not working, and then you have something like this. This is what happens. I don't agree with all the looting. That's not how you protest. And I don't agree with what happened with George Floyd or with Arbery or with Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Philadelphia Castile. I don't agree with none of that stuff. Just like I don't agree with stuff that happens in our own community. I mean, I just think not long ago, we had a little girl, she was jumping rope in a neighborhood and she gets killed. It wasn't a cop that did it. It was somebody who looked just like her. And we have to, fix our own house too. A lot of it we got to work on. So, but we'll talk about that later on with a conversation we got with me and Tiny. So again, we're gonna get ready to get out of here, man. I love you guys with all my heart, all my passion, all the work that we do, man. We do this for you guys. It's the members who put us here, and it's the members who we will continue to serve. Be safe, man. Please be safe. Check in on each other, man. Call each other. All the drivers in that loop, man. Just call each other. And I will say this: I got some idea from a shop store that he told me that some people in his loop are doing. What they're doing is, instead of going through town where all these things are happening, they're actually taking the long way out. I believe they're getting on the blue route, get on 95 to get back to Oregon Avenue. Whatever it is that you guys have to do to get back home safe, do that. That is my message to you guys today. Whatever you guys have to do to get home, get home. Get home. Don't let the company try to say, "Oh man, we need you to be out there." Listen, your family needs you home. They need you home. Just the way it is. Nothing they can tell you is going to be right. Nothing I can tell you is going to be 100% right when it comes to your safety, when it comes to this pandemic and what's going on. Do what's best for you to get back home. That's the message. Get back home. Don't negotiate with nobody. Don't try to fight back with nobody. Get home. Call your manager. Call your BA. And make sure you get home. All right, good people. Well, we got about 3 minutes left. We're going to get ready and get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. All the protesters, keep it positive. Keep it positive. Keep it positive, man. Don't get into all the rioting and the looting, because then what you do is you take away from what this was supposed to be about. This is supposed to be about stopping crime and how it impacts the black community. What you done by starting looting and all this stuff and rioting all crazy, you take away from that message, and that's what we got to get away from. Because you know how things get changed. Just like, we're mad about that, we're mad about the other part too. Wow. So again, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Look out for that video. Me and Tiny going to do it. We're going to have a conversation about what's been going on and how unions can impact the change in our communities. And you're going to see it from, like I said, two different eyes, but with the same goal. And that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get on the same goal, share the same vision. But again, this is going to be a good conversation. And I want you guys to be a part of it. Like I said, we want to do something different. We just want to make a statement. We wanted you to feel what we have to say and hear what we have to say. And have conversations at the workplace, in your homes about this, And we wanted this to be a conversation starter and a continued conversation. We don't want this to end, because what could happen, we talk about it and then we stop talking. Then it happens again. Now we got to pick up the conversation again. We don't want this conversation to stop, because these things have been happening since 1619 and it never stopped. Jim Crow and then the race wars and all this stuff that keep happening all over the country. It's not going to stop. And so, but what we can do is come up with a plan to keep talking about it, to try and make it stop. That's the only thing that we can do. All right, it's 10:30. See you guys soon. I love you guys. Trust me, I do. I don't say that just because it sounds good. I say it because I mean it. And, I have a lot of passion for what you guys do and what we do, because it's you guys that gave us this opportunity, and I don't take that lightly. You guys could have easily said, no, Hook, we don't think it's the time. But you guys gave this opportunity, man, and we're forever thankful. This is a rendered service that we owe you guys daily, not just around contract time or voting time. We owe you guys every single day, and we're going to continue to do this. So we appreciate you guys. Look out for that conversation that we're going to have with myself and Tiny. We're going to get out of here. We love you. God bless. Stay safe. And all those guys out there delivering packages. Like I said, there is nothing I can say that's going to make it right. And there's nothing the company can that's going to make it right. What you guys need to do is do whatever you can without harming yourself and causing harm to anybody else, is get home. All right, we love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Let's have these conversations. All right, God bless. We love you.